Yeah, no, that's why I
Okay.
replied
That
the
makes
way I
sense.
replied.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome to the Lock Picture Podcast, where we discuss all things film and a little TV too. I'm your host Marcus, and you know I got my A1s, Triz, and Lloyd. And before we get started, please hit that subscribe button and join the Lock Picture Podcast family. All right, with the 98th Academy Awards approaching, we are all hoping that Ryan Coogler's magnum opus, Sinners, is rightfully crowned. But this begs the question, does the Oscars reflect Black excellence, or does it reluctantly acknowledge it? So that's what we're going to dive into today. But I want to switch it up and start with some trivia. So I got a few questions here. This is not Chat GPT, so the answers are correct. We're gonna start off. It's just what, four questions here. So, can either of you name me one, if not all, of the top 5 most nominated Black films? You should be able to give me one.
You got Sinners, yeah.
Right,
Okay, I was about to
Sinners,
say.
You got Sinners.
Okay, Sinners is number 1 with 16. There's 4 more.
Boys in the Hood.
Nope.
12 Years a Slave.
12 Years a Slave is number 3 with 9. Any other guesses?
Yeah. Precious.
No. I think Precious has 6.
The Butler, nigga. I don't know.
Another Ryan Coogler movie.
Oh, Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Black
okay.
Panther is number 5 with 7 nominations. The 4th one is a musical y'all didn't see, Dreamgirls,
Nah.
8 nominations. And the second one is the infamous 11 nominations and no wins by The Color Purple.
Color Purple.
They did them dirty.
Yeah. All right. The first Black actor to win an Oscar, was it A, Sidney Poitier, B, Dorothy Dandridge, or C, Hattie McDaniel?
See?
Correct. Hattie McDaniel won in 1940 for Best Supporting Actress in Gone with the Wind. Oh, you be listening. All right.
I mean, I did a little research way back
Yeah.
when. They did her dirty
Yeah,
though.
Yeah.
Sit in the back of the goddamn theater.
Yep.
Boy, that was.
We gonna get into. I'm gonna touch on that. First Black film to win Best Picture, was it A, The Color Purple, B, 12 Years a Slave, or C, Get Out?
12.
Yep, 12 Years a
And that was the
Slave.
first. That's crazy. I mean, I knew the other ones won.
Yeah,
we
the
just
other
talked
ones
about
didn't
11
win.
nominations. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And I think there's only been one other one. It's been 12 Years and Moonlight. Those are the only 2
Nominations.
Wins.
wins
winners,
in
yeah,
Best
wins.
Picture.
Niggas been making moves forever. That's crazy.
And this is the last question. Most nominated Black artists. A, Morgan Freeman, B, Denzel Washington, or C, Ruth E. Carter?
It's got to be Ruth.
I'm going Denzel.
Denzel is
Denzel.
correct.
I
Ruth
felt
is the
like-
most nominated Black female artist. I think now with I think this is her 5th nomination. She broke out of her tie with Viola Davis. But Denzel is the leader with 10 nominations, 9 for best for acting, and then 1 for producing Fences. So there you go. This is a little trivia. Not too bad, fellas. Okay, so we did mention Hattie McDaniel. So I wanted to start off with the first breakthrough, the 1920s through the 1950s. Hattie McDaniel was the first Black actor to be nominated, and she won for her supporting performance in Gone with the Wind in 1940. I was watching some YouTube videos, and I knew the ceremony was segregated and all of that. They wouldn't allow her to sit with her table, with the Gone with the Wind table. But what I found out was that her speech was written by the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, she's good enough for you to put in the movie. I have not seen all of Gone with the Wind. I've seen parts of it.
You gotta take off a week of work to watch it.
Yeah, it's
That shouldn't be no
long.
problem. The shit you never mind. We ain't gonna do this today.
It's different subject matter than The Irishman. So but the clips that I've seen of her, she gives a great performance. You know, she gets criticized a lot because she won for a mammy role, but
Ain't no
what else was
different.
she gonna play?
Shit ain't no
Right.
different nowadays.
Be happy
Yeah.
they let her in the fucking movie.
Yeah. What else was she supposed to play? There were no other roles
Right.
for
They
black
couldn't make
artists.
a boomerang back then. We couldn't shock society that bad back then.
Hell no. But yeah, I was shocked to hear that her speech was. I mean, I guess I shouldn't have been shocked.
They like no funny shit, nigga.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then you get some other supporting nominations here and there. For The Imitation of Life. Couple other supporting performances. One from this movie called Pinky. I forget the actress's name. But then it's not until 1954 that we get Dorothy Dandridge, who's nominated for Best Lead Actress for Carmen Jones. She was the first black artist to get nominated for a leading performance, and didn't have a chance to win, obviously, you know. But it was a major milestone. And she talks about how that really didn't help her career. You know, she thought she would start getting all these offers, these leading women offers, and she was still subject to getting servant roles, mammy roles, slave roles, you know, stuff like that. So she didn't work for years because she refused to do that kind of work. And then we move into the Poitier era, as I call it, 1955 through 1970. That's when Sidney Poitier kind of took off, and he was the guy. He was the guy that Hollywood went to. He received his first nomination in 1958 for The Defiant Ones, playing an escaped prisoner, but he's chained to a white man. The white man is actually played by Jamie Lee Curtis's dad, Tony Curtis. He wants to go south. Sidney Poitier is like, hell no, we ain't going south.
It's actually a great plot.
Oh, it's a great movie. It's one of the better black and white movies. One of the more I don't want to say tolerable, but easier to watch, I guess. But yeah, he wants to go north, so they're struggling with their differences, literally chained together. And then he eventually wins in 1963 for Lilies of the Field, where he helps these, I think they're like German nuns, build their chapel. Literally, you know, like the what's that trope? The godlike black man, or the I forget what they call it, but it's when the like holy black man, the perfect black. That's that kind of trope that he falls into in that character. But he was featured in multiple Best Picture nominated films, like the two I mentioned, In the Heat of the Night, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. So he's the guy. He has the burden of representing an entire race. He's considered Hollywood's safe black leading man. And the question became, was he ever allowed to be fully human on screen?
Damn. Fully
That's
human?
crazy.
Because he's always, and I haven't seen all of his films. I've seen the four that I listed. I've seen A Raisin in the Sun.
I seen that one.
Yeah, I think that's it, because I haven't seen the stuff he did with Bill Cosby. But he's always very dignified, articulate, you know, just top notch representation of what a black man is supposed to be. And I get it, you know, we're talking about the civil rights movement during that time, and you know, we're already dehumanized by the public, so I can understand why they wouldn't want to feed into that. But do you think it would be? Do you think it would have been counterproductive for him to play like an Alonzo Harris?
But didn't he say he like got offered those roles and he wouldn't take them?
Yeah, he wouldn't take them. But do you think it would have been counterproductive if he had taken, like a dirty cop, or we see so much of that now. It's like,
I think back then it would have hit like harder if he did, and they'd be like, aha, like that's how they are.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd have tried to run with that narrative.
And I'm gonna say yes and no, because I think if you take that, then maybe they are, willing to maybe open the door to a few more people and a few more opportunities, even if they are that way. But you get a couple more names out there, and then you'll get your chance to do different roles and stuff like that. So sometimes, I mean, when you don't control the production, you either take it or leave it. And
Right.
unfortunately, we were left to leave it a lot of times. So, yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, right? We can always speculate, but
I
I
think
say
the
yes.
closest he came, and like I said, I haven't seen all of his filmography, but out of the things that I saw, I think the closest we see him kind of not be this perfect representation of a black man is A Raisin in the Sun, where he's he's struggling, he's doing whatever he can to make a little money and buy a house. He's willing to do anything.
He ran with the riff-raff, so
Yeah.
he had some shady friends.
And in the heat of the night, because he slapped that white man. I say it every time. But yeah. But and during that era, you get the James Earl Jones. He starts popping up, and I feel like he takes the opposite approach. He doesn't seem to be as worried about representing black America, because and I'm just basing this off of two movies, The Great White Hope and Claudine. And Claudine, he a nigga. And Claudine 100%. All day. So
yeah, but that was the reality though.
That was the reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about the representation, in our mind, in each individual's mind, you have an idea of what it is to be and what it means to look or be perceived as black. But it's not just that. It's so much more than what, you know what I'm saying? Like your furthest imagination, or rather, where you don't even think to imagine where black people live, in a stylistic world, in a way they carry themselves, they do. Right? We don't see it often, but they're there.
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain roles that we'll be like, that's not black. There's a black person that looks and sounds just like that though.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? So everybody's individual judgment of what it is to be black or what it is to represent black is what they know and what they see.
Right.
Because
You know what I'm
there
saying?
are black people that watch Superstore.
Are there any black people in Superstore?
Yeah. The dude in the wheelchair.
That nigga, he 2 shades from not.
He 2 shades from that.
I'm just, here we go with the bullshit. I'm just saying. But
no, I get what you mean. And then this kind of leads into what I titled the long gap in selective recognition, the 1970s through the 1980s, where you have blaxploitation that pops off. That's largely ignored by the Academy. Sans Isaac Hayes winning for the Shaft theme song. I don't know if it was like score or song,
yeah,
but
I think it was,
he ended up winning.
yeah.
I think he became like the first black artist to win Oscar for doing the music, and Prince followed with Purple Rain, and Lionel Richie did some stuff. But then you get into a little bit more like the 70s. You got a little bit more grit to the films. We're not, we're post civil rights movement, so I don't think we're as concerned with how we're presenting ourselves to the white gaze. It's just more about what are we dealing with? What are the struggles What are the triumphs that we're dealing with in our personal lives? And then you get the Claudines, you get Lady Sings the Blues. That's one of my favorite. Like,
That movie was good.
Diana Ross, I would have never expected a performance like that out of a Supreme. Especially like looking back, you know, I just know Diana Ross with big hair, you know, singing the little the shoe, the shoe do boo bop. She murdered that shit.
She did that.
Murdered that shit. The scene with I
Richard
think she
Pryor?
was shooting up in the bathroom and Billy D come busting in. She's like, "Give it to me. Give it to me." Man. Cold. But anyway, her, Cicely Tyson, and Paul, I believe his name is Paul Whitfield, they became the
Oh, okay, yeah.
first, they were part of the first time that 3 black leading actors were nominated at the Oscars. In 1973, Diana Ross was nominated for Best Actress for Lady Sings the Blues. Cicely Tyson was nominated for Best Actress, and Paul Whitfield was nominated for Best Actor for Sounder, where they played sharecroppers, and I believe he was wrongfully convicted, and so she had to tend to the land on her own with her son, her little kids or something like that. But that was the first time that we had multiple lead nominations. I thought Diana Ross should have won.
What year was that?
The films came out in 1972. That ceremony would have been 73.
Gotcha.
But I've seen a lot of the nominated films from that year, and it's one of the ones where if Diana Ross should have won, she should have beat. I think she beat like Liza Minnelli or some shit like that. She mopped the floor. Love Cicely Tyson, but Diana Ross would have.
She did her thing.
She would have got my vote. Then you get into the 80s, and we have A Soldier Story that features young Denzel Washington, David Alan Grier. I believe Robert Townsend is in that, or he did the play. That gets some notice. Adolph Caesar is nominated for supporting actor. You get Louis Gossett Jr. nominated and wins supporting actor for An Officer and a Gentleman. So we get these little victories, and then the big one comes. 1985, The Color Purple. 11 nominations. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was so impressed with Whoopi and Oprah and it being their first film. It was Steven Spielberg. It was considered Steven Spielberg's first adult film. You know, it did E.T., Indiana Jones, Jaws, but this was the first time he was tackling more adult material.
Mm-hmm.
And Whoopi Goldberg, I believe, won some awards leading up, or won a major award leading up. So there was a thought that we might get our first black, best actress, and they walked away empty-handed.
Yeah, 11 with nothing is crazy.
That's kind of wild.
That's crazy.
And I already told y'all about the movie that won, The Colonizers.
Oh, yeah.
In Africa.
That Meryl Streep in Africa.
Meryl Streep, yep.
He said, what the fuck she doing in Africa?
Yep. And, but I was doing a little digging, and it sounds like there was a lot of pushback from our community.
But why? Because Spielberg did it?
Because Spielberg did it, and they were saying that it didn't depict black men in the best light, because almost every black man in the movie is either horrible, or you have Harpo, who is just stupid. So they kind of called it male bashing. But I'm like, were y'all doing that when the
right,
book came out?
That's what I was thinking. Like, did they read the book?
I was like, were y'all doing that when the book came out? I don't know. It definitely.
That shit was probably. Never mind.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Come on. Come join the cancel side with us.
I'll drink to that.
Yo, I got it.
But yeah, no, that was definitely a movie that I'm like, when I first got into the Oscars and I was going back and watching some of these old movies, I was like, you can't explain it any other way but racism.
Right.
It's just
Just
the
what
other
it
movie
is.
it's
Yeah.
just what it is. Like I
just
said,
what
the
it
other
is.
movie is so boring. Who the fuck was watching Meryl Streep in Africa and was just like, this is across the board? I don't buy it. Then in the late 80s, we get Spike Lee. He delivers his masterpiece, Do the Right Thing. I know y'all not as high on it as I am. I rewatched it. We was watching it in the barbershop. Bro, that movie is good. That movie is good. I don't know. That movie is good.
It's a good movie, bro. Don't
I
get
was
me
looking
wrong.
at like some of his framing. I was just like, it's yeah. I think he did his big one with that one. And I don't think, and I get he has a certain style that sometimes just it's like I just can't get all the way into it. But I don't feel like that one. I feel like that one is a little different. That one in School Days in Crooklyn. Those are the three that I'm like, I feel like, yeah. You not as big on Do the Right Thing either.
No,
I
you
know
do
he
like thing.
ain't,
I
but-
ain't that big on School Days.
Oh, okay.
I ain't that big on Spike Lee.
I will,
but
yeah.
that's a whole nother conversation.
If you had to choose, if you had to watch a Spike Lee movie, what would you sit down and watch?
Inside Man.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, yeah,
I'd watch that.
that's probably
I'd watch He Got Game. I'd watch obviously Malcolm X. I'd watch. I mean,
oh yeah, I didn't mention Malcolm X. Yeah, that's number 2 for
School
me.
Days was cool. I'm not, and definitely, yeah, Do the Right Thing was a good movie for sure. But like you said, I don't know. It's something about his style that sometimes just leaves me.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't like the is it
Nah,
the
that dolly
dolly?
shot is
dolly
actually
shot? The
fly.
floating
I like
dolly?
that.
I
Yeah.
just don't care for his dialogue at
That's-
times.
that's-
Oh
fly.
yeah, I can see that. It does it feel too performative?
Yes,
Yeah,
a lot of his stuff, aside from the Denzel work, because Denzel is just Denzel, but and I feel like it's got to be direction,
Mm-hmm.
because you've seen some of these actors in other things and they don't feel anywhere near as performative.
Mm-hmm.
So that, yeah, it's like you feel like you're watching a project.
Mm-hmm. A movie, yeah. Have y'all seen Clockers?
Yep.
That's not.
I fuck with Clockers though.
Cause that's the one I haven't seen that I've been trying to find and sit down and watch. Especially with all the Delroy stuff popping off. So you know they're
Delroy.
talking about all these
Mhm.
performances and that's one that I'm interested in because it was originally supposed to be directed by Martin Scorsese. He didn't have the time, so then he called Spike and was like, "Hey, I can't do this movie. I'll produce it. I want you to direct it." So Spike stepped in and took over. But yeah, it seems like it would be right up my alley. It seems like, is it gangster
It's
stuff?
I mean, it's dealing with a lot of things, but it's got like a mix of that side and just regular
Okay.
shit.
All right. Okay.
Cause I think that's Mackay's first movie, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe that's his first role.
So yeah, so he delivers Do the Right Thing at the end of that decade in the 80s, and he only receives a screenplay nomination. The year that came out, the Best Picture winner was Driving Miss Daisy. Have y'all seen that?
No plans to ever.
Nah.
Yeah. But what's crazy is the year that his Black Klansman came out,
I
and
forgot
he
about
got
that one.
picture and director his first director nomination, another screenplay nomination. The movie that he lost to was Green Book, which is basically
Driving Mr. Daisy.
Mr. Daisy.
Mr. Daisy, yeah.
In reverse,
that a
because now
bitch?
the black man is getting driven around, and yeah, it's once again, you look back and you're just like, there is no other explanation. There is no other explanation.
Yes. So one thing that we don't do enough when it comes to shit like that is we don't raise enough hell. We'll raise enough hell to put one of us down
Mm-hmm.
to make sure, you know, like you said, they got all the backlash for Color Purple because of how, you know, we appeared. Y'all still could have let us win some shit. Y'all ain't had to, you know, hate on the movie that much, but we don't raise enough hell. So imagine if some of those movies would have lost, the hell that would have been raised towards those studios from that, you know, demographic. They was like, man, we don't want that heat.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how terrible the movie is in comparison or how much this was better. That's why you see those makeup awards as you move
I hate those
throughout history.
That's the worst.
They find the right
The
time
worst.
to pick and choose and say, okay, they should have won here, but we'll give them this one. They should have did.
Because what
They
did
don't
they
wanna deal
give
with that
Angela
shit.
Bassett after she didn't win?
She got an honorary Oscar.
Nah.
She got an honorary Oscar because she lost to Jamie Lee Curtis.
I would never accept an honorary.
With hot dog fingers. She had
Yeah.
hot dog fingers in that movie.
Yeah.
But
You mean to tell me you watched both those movies and Angela Bassett gave that speech about her whole family? You know, she's the queen and her whole family is gone. And then you clicked over and you watched Jamie Lee Curtis with hot dog fingers and was like, that's it.
Nigga, when I was at the movies and I'm watching Angela Bassett, I was like, oh, she going for it. She
All the
going
way.
for it.
Oh,
her whole fucking career. She
She
going
going
for it.
Right.
What we
They
talking
done shit
about?
at her way too many times, man.
Yep. So yeah, she got the honorary Oscar. Yeah, you know, that's how they do us.
We got to stop accepting that shit, though. Thanks, but no thanks. Not even thanks, but no thanks. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's fuck you, honorary Oscar.
Yeah.
These weren't no honorary performances.
Hell no.
Mm-mm. And so many of our artists have had to settle for honorary Oscars. Cicely Tyson got an honorary Oscar, I think, like the year or maybe a couple months before she passed away. James Earl Jones got an honorary Oscar. Sam Jackson just got his honorary Oscar, I think, a year or two ago. Yeah,
That shit's so trash.
That's
It
all
dog.
I
is
do.
trash.
That
When
shit
you look at all the
trash.
work they've done for this industry, the performances they've carried for this
Yeah.
industry, and
mm-hmm.
what is, for whatever reason, the highest award out there, y'all not gonna give them no love?
Yep. And Sam, he only got one nomination, and that was for Pulp Fiction. He ain't even been nominated for anything else.
The fact they ain't giving shit for the Negotiators, wow. That's
He
my
gets-
shit.
I'm still alive,
He
motherfucker.
ain't get nothing.
Oh.
But in this decade, in this time frame, we get the rise. We start seeing the rise of Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman. They went on quite the run as far as being recognized by the Academy, just racking up multiple nominations. At one point, I think they were like neck and neck for the most honored Black artists at the Academy Awards. Denzel famously won supporting actor for his performance in Glory, getting the whip with the one tear. Now that's one stereotypical role I ain't mad at that one, cause that tear shit, that's some top tier. You mean to tell?
No pun intended, nigga.
How the hell you get the one tier? That's some control.
That's some control.
So I ain't mad at that win. But we did just mention, you know, the makeup Oscars. A few years after that, he has Malcolm X. It's one of the greatest performances
Ever.
And he lost to hoorah, Al Pacino, Sin of a Woman. But that's because they fucked Al over for all the Godfather movies and all the shit he did in the 70s.
I understand that, but his time was over at that point. Cause Malcolm X, bruh,
No.
that was Malcolm X channeling Denzel.
But you know they didn't want to shine a light on that movie
I
because
said
they
Malcolm
were
X.
trying.
They didn't want to shine
Malcolm
a light on
X
the history.
And and they were setting Spike Lee up for failure
Oh, yeah.
because there's no way you don't give him, you're prepared to make this movie with a white director, and it has, let's say a 50 million budget, $50 million budget, and then he steps away, and then Spike Lee's like, I got an idea. He steps in, and then you cut that budget in half.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you refuse to give him any more, so he has to,
Go find financing
go
elsewhere.
find financing from his friends to finish the movie.
Yeah, it
You're
took
not
a
gonna
lot.
support that.
No,
You're not gonna support that. And like, I made this movie in spite of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
in spite of y'all, for
You know.
sure.
So
Yeah, that would have been because going on that circuit after winning, the shit he would have talked.
Oh yeah. And then
you can't tell me nothing.
I think you brought it up where it was a side-by-side clip of when Malcolm's house got firebombed, and then they had what Denzel did in the movie, and it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, that performance was insane.
And when you think about how epic that movie is, as far as all the different department heads that have to come together to make that movie, it's not a small movie where it's just, it's just the script and the actors.
Right.
No, you're talking about production design. You're talking about costumes. We're talking about the music. It's on the level of like a Sinners, where you can see all of these different aspects of filmmaking come together and just marry so perfectly. And for it to only get nominated for actor, and I think Ruth Carter, I think that was her first nomination for costumes. But
I mean, just even the arc and the story from the street life to being a political black
See,
leader.
that's the thing. It's not a story. That's a
Well,
real.
but exactly though.
Living,
I mean, in the film, but
that's what I mean. Like, so aside from the theatrics and all of that went into it, all the different
it's a real
department heads,
person.
you are really depicting the life and legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of a historical and generational leader. Like,
so
And did a damn good job.
but
Got to call it what it is.
aside from Spike going on what would have been an epic run of interviews after winning, just them opening up the that generation into the world of Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? For the youth and the people that came well after he was assassinated into who he was and what he was really about. Ain't no telling what might have sparked behind that.
Right.
And I'm sure that's part of what went into them deciding not to give that any more light.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't get a proper theatrical Martin Luther King movie until Ava DuVernay did it. What was that? 2015, 2014, something like that.
Everything else was like straight to TV movies.
Yeah. Why did that take so long? That's prime material right there. Y'all make a movie about everything else. How many Holocaust movies did we have up until that point? But it is what it is. So we get into the 90s and into the 2000s, and this is called this visible but contained, because I think it feels like they're starting to throw us some bones here and there. We got Whoopi Goldberg. She gets her makeup Oscar for supporting actress for Ghost. Only the second black woman to win an Oscar after Hattie McDaniel did it in 1940. So what is that, like 50 years? 50 years later. And mind you, Ghost is cool. She was funny. It is not compared to her work in The Color Purple. That was clearly like, oh yeah, we probably should have gave it to you for The Color Purple, but here's supporting actress. And we start to see that a lot in this decade, where they're like, okay, we'll give y'all a supporting Oscar. We're not gonna give y'all lead. We'll give you supporting. We see that with Cuba Gooding Jr. He wins for supporting actor for Jerry Maguire. Although that was a bone y'all could have kept. That was a bone y'all could have kept.
Who did he beat again?
Edward Norton, Primal Fear.
Yeah, nah.
Show
y'all could have kept that bone. We see Sam Jackson get nominated for Pulp Fiction during this time. He loses to I'm drawing a blank on his name, but it was another career Oscar where this old white guy had been acting in films for 40, 50 years, never got his award, and now they're like, we'll give it to you. And there's a clip of Sam. If you ever get a chance or you bored, YouTube Sam Jackson Oscar, because I think he says fuck or something. You can see him mouthing fuck when they call when they call dude's name. We get Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne. They become the second pair to be nominated in lead actor and lead actress from the same film after Cicely Tyson and Paul Whitfield for Sounder. They do that with What's Love Got to Do with It. And a lot of people were upset that she did not win. I can't comment because I have not seen the winning performance.
What was it?
Her name was Holly Hunter for the piano. I believe she's a mute. She plays a mute, so she
Oh,
doesn't
so she didn't
talk.
even say shit.
She-
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
That's all I know about it. And I was just like, she don't say nothing. Now, mind you, acting is more than dialogue, but
The fuck out of here.
Angela Bassett I thought Angela Bassett was Tina Turner for years.
That is a slap
Dog.
in the face.
I
Like
thought
no
Angela Bassett was
other.
Tina Turner for years. And the part at the end where they like morph and then she turns in, I don't know, the camera does something and then it pulls up real footage of Tina Turner used to freak me out because I was just like, what is happening? What did they do to her? What kind of makeup she got on now?
That's
Why she
funny.
look different?
They handled their fucking business in that
Man,
movie.
ain't no way.
And I to this day, I don't think that Lawrence Fishburne gets enough credit.
Nope.
I
At
think
all.
because Ike is such a despicable character in the movie, and but
He performed his ass off with it.
no, it doesn't matter how you feel about the character or the actual person.
The job
Lawrence
of acting.
Fishburne
The
did what
job
he was
of
supposed
acting.
to do.
That's what needs to be
The
judged.
job of acting
He
was fucking phenomenal.
Did what he was supposed to do. So let me ask y'all this, because y'all seen Forrest Gump, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you've seen Schindler's List,
Mhm.
and you've seen Pulp Fiction.
Mhm.
So best actor that year, there's a British guy in there. I forget the name, but I haven't seen it, so we're excluding him. But best actor that year, oh no, I'm getting my years mixed up. Pulp Fiction wasn't in that, but it was, and Forrest Gump wasn't in it. It was Philadelphia. Did y'all see
Philly.
that?
hmm
So it was Tom Hanks in Philadelphia, Lawrence Fishburne, What's Love Got to Do with It, and Liam Neeson for Schindler's List. And I think Anthony Hopkins and some other guy, but those three are on the ballot. Who are you voting for?
Larry.
Right. Right. Lawrence.
And I get Philadelphia was like the first of its kind, and we're coming out of an era where they weren't really telling those stories. But every time I rewatch Philadelphia, I'm not taken by Tom Hanks's performance.
We're talking about the job of acting, not the story.
Not the
so,
story.
So the thing is, like, acting, when you look at it that way, and you're talking about biopics versus just, original screenplays and things of that nature, they should kind of stand alone. Because a character is whoever you bring to the table, and that's what it is. But when you're acting as a person who people were around and spoke to every day, did he or did he not embody that?
Yeah.
Did she or did she not embody that?
Yeah.
Those should be separate, because you can come to the table as any character you want that's made up, an original character, a thought, an idea, and give them whatever life and performance you want. And nobody can say whether you missed or hit. But when you're portraying someone who actually walked this earth that other people knew and interacted with, they can say whether you hit or missed.
Yeah, you can't make up Ike.
You
nigga.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that should be its own category. And when you do shit like that, and if
It's a different standard.
it's a different standard,
Mhm.
and for you to hit that 10 out of 10, there's no way you should one be compared in another group who doesn't have that same standard.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's no way you should lose.
Yeah.
That's the job. The job is to portray
hmm
a character, and there's no harder character to portray than someone who actually exists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've seen it where there's movies where there's people like, they ain't here. We ain't got to start, throwing the bad ones out there and shit like that. But there's movies where people miss the mark on actual portrayals of real people.
And then you got like Leon as David Ruffin, where he just everybody was like, I hated this nigga,
Yeah.
but everybody was like, nope, that was David. That was David.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
You know what I mean?
Ad-libbed.
Ad-libbed.
But yeah, I'm and that's part of it. But I'm also like, Tom Hanks didn't even give the best performance in his own movie. To me, I'm more taken by Denzel. Denzel has the arc. Tom Hanks gets sick.
He's just there.
He lost weight.
He's just
there.
He lost weight. He gets sick. What is he doing that's so great? Denzel is the one who has to navigate the overall, like the character arc, the changes and the realizations of, oh, you know what? I felt this type of way about these types of this type of person, and now I'm getting over my prejudice, and
That's where it is.
that's where it is.
That's
Tom
where it
Hanks
is.
just sat there.
But he was just there, present.
I went on a diet.
Nigga.
That's what he did. He went on a diet.
He went on the diet.
Yeah.
So that one, Larry, come get your Oscar. Man, I wish I could have a show where I just redo all the Oscars.
I'm just glad that a lot of these people didn't lose their drive after they got like, you know, fucked over.
Well, they knew.
I mean,
Yeah,
but still,
you know,
because it's like, like you watch all these movies, like nobody's touching what I did.
It does become disheartening.
Yeah.
But then again, that's not why they set out to do it anyway.
That's fair.
Right.
That's
so
fair.
it's just something that, okay, bet I won an Oscar, I won this award. But
And it's one of those things, at least what I would imagine, it's one of those things where you look back and you go through the list of all of our greats. Only a handful have even been nominated. And if that once, there's so many that weren't even recognized with a nomination. So it's just like,
expect? You're talking about the same Academy that wouldn't even let us sit in the theater when we were nominated. So why do we expect? They got to play a little nicer these days, but it's the same fucking thought process.
Yeah.
It's the same policies. It's the same, integrity. You know what I'm saying? Level of morality. It's the same.
Yeah. Well, there's...
Because when did they make the rule where you actually had to watch all of the movies that were nominated?
Like
so
2 days ago.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So like, they weren't even watching these movies. They just knew they weren't picking them.
They were voting for their friends. They were voting for,
and that's all it is.
The people that put on the biggest party.
I'm voting against black. That's what they
because
did.
what's his name? Harvey Weinstein. He was infamous for getting his movies to get nominated for Best Picture, and a lot of the surprising wins were his movies because he was throwing the most money at the Academy, having these lavish parties, sending out DVDs and things like that.
100%.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll vote for you. They don't care. I'll vote for your movie.
Right, they don't give a shit.
Doesn't make me any difference.
Shit crazy.
But yeah, so
I was gonna say that's why we just gotta stop. We just gotta stop aspiring for a fucking Oscar, bro. We have to.
No.
We need our own.
I'm trying.
We need our own award system and platform. One that we really respect and hold of high value. But we also, because I was getting ready to say earlier, the award show that would mean the most is like the viewer's choice. The viewer. What do the viewers who actually see these have to say about the performances? And let's just see what it is.
Yeah.
Right? But then again, you're leaving that in the hands of people actually logging onto some portal or system and placing an actual fucking vote. We ain't gonna really do that.
And you leaving that to, you know what? We're not even gonna go there. We're not even gonna go there. I said the people.
Listen.
The people.
Yeah, I know the people you talking about.
The people put.
But there should be a wash there. You know what I'm saying? Like you stand more of a chance to at least be nominated when we haven't even received nominations, and stand a better chance at winning when it's based on politics versus the actual art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I've been a fan of moving away from the Oscars, all awards in that sense anyway, because we never really get a fair shake, right? They do what the fuck they want. They award who they want, and then they throw us a couple pity ones here and there. And we always aspire, gotta get this, gotta get that. For fucking what? For what?
Yeah.
Off the top of most people's heads, you cannot name how many nominations or wins your favorite actor has. And if we talking Grammys, same thing. You can't name them. Now, you got your diehards, obviously. People gonna be like, yeah, this one got this and got that. It's a couple of you motherfuckers sprinkled out.
I'm stupid.
It's a couple of y'all sprinkled out, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, I don't enjoy their career or performances any more or less based on what they have or haven't won or been nominated for. But we do look at that and be like, damn, why they? Because they don't fuck with us. That's why they don't nominate us. That's why we don't win. They don't fuck with us. We fuck with us. We should fuck with us. We should have our own platform. We got enough heavy hitters out there that they should all come together and say, you know what? Boom. The inaugural, whatever the fuck we want to call it, and award our own people.
Well, we got the NAACP awards.
Some of your own people can, you know, there's room. We applaud the craft.
Wait, what's that?
We applaud the craft.
Can we get into that?
No, we ain't gonna get into that.
Why not?
We'll get into that off the pod.
Okay, because I need to know.
Pod. But it's just, I feel like we need to do something for ourselves instead of always chasing
100%.
their,
we already know how they feel,
applause.
so there's no point in being disappointed, any of that.
Yeah, I came across, I forget the name of the organization. I think it's like the ABFF or something like that. But it's not televised, but they seemingly have their ceremony where they honor, you know, stuff by us, for us, that kind of thing. I'm gonna send y'all a clip because they honored Sinners as the best movie of the year, and Ryan Coogler gave his most unhinged speech. I was like, oh, he ain't. He revealing his real self.
Said a little. It's a nigga.
Yeah.
What a nigga here now.
Because he was cursing and stuff. I was like, oh, okay.
See, and that's what I mean. And actually, to be fair, I should say, I'm not gonna say there aren't any platforms or people out there trying to push that forward. We just need to, you know, as a community, embrace that and make that that's our standard.
Yeah.
That's what we aspire to win every year, is that. You know what I mean? Versus this gold statue.
The little clip I saw, the room just it seemed fun.
That's what it's always gonna be fun.
Jennifer Hudson was in the audience. What's her name? Sally Richardson. And her husband in the audience. See, I said I want to go there.
You know,
and I guess they have a festival, so I was like, I'm about to look because I want to go to a festival.
It's down in Miami, right? I think.
I don't know. It is in Miami.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because he talked about how when he first started, he was in Miami, and he was like, man, do you know how much work it is to have a hot girlfriend?
Yeah.
And you broke?
Oh, it was on that platform? Okay,
yeah.
I saw that.
So that was the one. But
I saw that.
I want to look into their film festival.
Let's go see all that shit, man.
So, but yeah, this is the period where, you know, they start throwing us bones, and then we get the historic night. Denzel and Halle Berry take lead actor and actress for Training Day and Monsters Ball.
One is not like the other.
So, I wanted to take some time and talk about these two performances and what y'all thoughts are on the performance and the fact that these were the two to kind of, you know, make history, I guess you could say. Denzel becoming only the second black man to win Best Actor, and Halle becoming the first to win Best Actress.
Denzel, yes.
Okay.
All the way, yes. Halle, she could have won for fucking Catwoman for all I care.
Man, I'm thinking the same, bro. She could have won for so many other projects. Even though she would have been supported, she could have won for Swordfish.
Yeah.
She could have won for anything. She could have won for Boomerang, supporting. But she give her the lead. Like, whatever you want to do, she could have won for anything.
But for this movie, she only won because Billy Bob got down on her. That's the only reason.
You know, I was thinking about this.
She lost
because
Isaiah and could have won some shit.
Yes.
That's usually my
Yes.
go-to. I'm like, okay,
She
that's
could for losing Isaiah.
Man.
that's the most like Academy type movie. But what's weird is usually we have to be in a movie that is embraced in other categories. You know, like we mentioned, The Color Purple had 11 nominations. Sinners, we're expected. The Record, 16 nominations. 12 Years a Slave had like 9 nominations. Moonlight had, you know, a bunch of nominations. So it's clear that this film is embraced, so you're not as surprised when it wins something. But her movie was like, it didn't get a bunch of nominations. I think it was just her and the screenplay.
Bro, the movie was garbage.
How the fuck, and where the fuck did she, why this one?
Why that one?
Why this
So
one?
I think Triz said why, but
So many better performances.
I think I've seen all, if not all, most of the other
Even
performances.
the Dorothy Dandridge role.
That was TV.
I don't give a damn.
She won the Emmy.
But
See,
I'm
the
just,
Why do
Emmys,
fools
the
fall in love?
Emmys do right.
you know what I mean?
And actually, that was Vivica Fox was talking about that when they were doing that movie. They were like, she really thought like this was gonna be a big Oscar push, and then they just kind of
they got down on that one.
they just
I
kind of
got
let the
some-
movie out.
I got some bad news for you niggas.
Yeah, they just kind of let the movie out, and it you know, let it fade.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, that year I would have voted for a white woman. I'm just being real. There's a movie about this middle-aged white couple. I think she's a professor, and I don't know what the husband is.
Mm.
It's called In the Bedroom. And their son is messing around with an older woman. Their son is like 21, 22, and he's messing with a 40-year-old woman who has a kid and a crazy ex-husband. And so they're like, no, you got your whole life ahead of you. Why
Right,
are
you
you
cut this
fucking
shit
around with
out.
her? Like, she ain't got nothing going for herself. And the ex-husband ends up killing the boy.
Damn.
Mm.
And the parents go through it. They're going through it, and especially the mama. And the lady, the 40-year-old lady, she comes to like visit the mama because she's just like, I'm, you know, wants to apologize and like cry her, you know, her tears or whatever. The mama stood up, slapped the shit out of her, sat back down and finished writing her note. That's the Oscar winner. I love you, Halle, but that was the Oscar winner. So I don't know how
I just didn't like that movie.
how she
and
pulled that off.
the shit that was in it.
It just
and what
wasn't a good
stood
movie.
for. It just wasn't. It just wasn't.
Like the
Can I
fact that
be
it got
honest?
nominated for anything.
She's not that good in it either.
Bro, it was
Man, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. I've probably only seen that movie like maybe twice.
I watched it once and I was good on it.
I've seen it maybe twice.
Watched it once, and then like I've come across like clips or something.
And then
but-
she had a little fat
The little
kid.
fat
yeah,
kid.
yeah, made me feel good. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fuck
So
it,
yeah, we all.
trash.
All right, so then Denzel Training Day. Now
Mm-hmm.
he got a lot of slack too because, you know, obviously up until that point, we're seeing him as Malcolm X, Reuben Hurricane Carter, you know, Remember the Titans, Preacher's Wife. He almost is along the lines of that Sidney Poitier, you know, this noble, respectable black man. And then this is his first time that he goes completely, you know, to the other side, completely bad.
Mhm.
Showed the shit out of that range.
That's what I'm saying. If you talk about
Yeah.
the job of acting, and if this is what you've known him for his career up until, and then you see him do that,
That's why I was not mad at it. I was like one of the
I
people
was
that
mad for
I
a
was not
while,
mad
but
at
it
that.
was basically because I felt like we only get the roles that
Yeah.
depict
Yep.
us in a negative way.
That was the only reason.
Yeah.
Mad for
But
that
other
reason.
And
than that-
I understood that, but my take on it was he should have won for Malcolm X,
Right.
obviously. I would have given it to him for the Hurricane too, because the scene where he in the cell by himself and it's like he losing it is like the 3 different personalities. He telling himself to shut up. Oscar. right there.
Oscar.
He lost to Kevin Spacey, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
How y'all feel about that one?
And
It's
then,
a few movies that he could have won for, like,
and then I'm like, and I would still give it to him again for Training Day.
dude, you had Training Day, you had John Q, you had Malcolm X. Even a movie like, it probably ain't do shit, but like Fallen. That movie was so cold. Like, he bodied that.
Yep. So yeah, that one I was okay with.
Yeah.
I was okay with it. Like Lloyd said, it was just the fact that it's okay, we got to play these type of roles. And it came the same night that she got for this weak ass.
And that's what it feels like. The more negative outlook,
Yep.
they're
They were
willing to
more willing to award that.
And that same night, Sidney Poitier got I believe the lifetime achievement. So it
They
was
wrapped 3 niggas up at one time.
Yeah.
They say, yeah, it won't be for a while. So
Yeah,
right.
live it up. Live it
We'll
up.
knock y'all out real quick and get back to our regular scheduled programming.
Straight up.
But yeah, so and I wrote this question down. Why do many of the black winners win roles rooted in trauma, criminality, or suffering?
It's because that's how they
all
want us
they
portrayed.
appreciate
That's what they
us
want.
as. That's it. That's all they appreciate
Plain and
us
simple.
as.
All right,
That's it.
that's an easy. That's
an
an easy
one.
question.
That's it. That's,
Yeah,
that's
that's
all they
it.
appreciate.
And that's when you look at it like that, it makes it all just even more confusing that The Color Purple didn't clean up because it was so much suffering and just down and
But
out. Use
the-
black, use
The
ugly.
hell they would have got. And the only reason they would have got the amount of hell they would have got is because Oprah. If Oprah had nothing to do with that film, they wouldn't have been worried about her
But
platform.
Oprah wasn't Oprah then.
But she was on her way.
Yeah, she was on her
So
way.
she still had a platform. She was still making her name.
Yeah,
And that would have been enough that they'd have been like, okay, hold on. Maybe we don't want to,
yeah.
piss them off.
The one thing I will say to touch back on Training Day, the more we find out even now, like how Denzel was just going off script and doing all of this shit, it's like he deserved that Oscar.
Yeah.
He deserved every bit of that.
Hey,
And
but you know, man, Ethan deserves some love too, because he
Yeah.
kept up with that motherfucker,
Yeah.
dog. Can you imagine that? Because not only are you in a film with him, but you're probably so nervous being in a picture with Denzel anyway, and then he's going off script so much. How do you keep up with that? Because I know you rehearsed your lines to the fucking bone.
Yes.
You knew every break, beat, syllable, and this man is throwing you just shit off the cuff.
As soon as he
And
cut
you
off that
stay
page,
right in
it's like,
pocket.
oh shit.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that shows his skill too. Like
You know what I mean?
you have to be prepared, but there also has to be this this air of fluidity and spontaneity that you just gotta be prepared for. And he rocked with him the whole way
Because
through.
I'd have been like, that wasn't the line.
It'd been like
fired.
what
Get him
Spike
right
said.
outside
What
of
Spike said about Ray Allen and he got game.
Oh,
he
yeah,
said,
he
"Hey,
wasn't supposed
time
to
out!"
make
Like,
it.
yo,
yeah,
the fuck going on? He said, "Hey."
But yeah, and then I saw that they cut a scene that humanizes Alonzo.
Really?
There's a moment where they're in the car and he's talking about when he was a rookie cop and his trainee or whatever, and so it alludes to how he started off pure and was corrupted within the system, and they cut that. So
Think that was a good call, bad call?
I think I love the movie as is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it clips along just right. You know, some movies I don't need to know why you are the way you are.
This is
Like,
just you.
This is who you are at this moment. That's all I need to know. But I think if we're looking back and we're trying to make peace with who Alonzo was at the time, then I say, yeah, you need to add that back in, because then you get that insight, but
See,
you don't need it.
I don't think
Yeah,
so,
you wouldn't
because
need it.
I feel like I can understand that. Yeah, maybe the system turned you, but I don't need to see.
I don't need to see it.
You are the system now.
Yeah.
And now you trying to turn Rook out. So
So, well, I guess then to our credit, or to what we've been speaking toward, if we would have saw that, could that have helped ease the idea or notion that he's just a evil, bad cop, You know, he was good once upon a time, whereas, you know, they awarded him because he was depicted in such a negative light. But if they'd put that in there, could you use that as like that moment of preemptive redemption? Like, well, he didn't start out like that, and then just kind of him fall into the ways of the game and the nature of, you know, the environment he was in. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say no, because you could argue that he lost his integrity at some point, and that could be a whole thing.
Did he lose it, or was it stolen?
It was stolen.
So that's what I mean. Like,
It's
you
taken
kind
from him,
of,
or it was forced. Yeah, stolen.
because if you'd have gave,
But Ethan Hawke didn't though. He didn't.
if you'd have gave that
his.
nigga one more day, if you'd have gave that nigga one more day,
Hell no, not when you left me with these
if
Mexicans
Lonzo
to
didn't
get
get
killed.
shot up,
yeah,
Nah, you
if
left me with
Lonzo-
these. Nah, because he
Bro,
left
he
me
in
with these
there hitting the
Mexicans to
pipe,
get killed, bro.
they
Like,
drinking,
no, nigga.
Bro, he drinking on the job.
Yes.
He hitting the pipe. You
Yes.
know, he told him you gotta have this shit in your system. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
You like to get
Like,
wet.
he gamed them for sure.
Right.
But it's like, bro, I don't give a fuck what job I'm doing. The moment you put a crack pipe or anything, bro, take
I'm
all
out.
this shit.
I'm out.
That's what I'm saying, but the nigga was
He
on-
collected
on the
unemployment.
No, he
Thank
was.
you.
He was
Now I'm
on the
finna go
verge
report
of
this
dying,
nigga.
bro. If he did not stop,
You say he was what?
He's about to get killed. If he didn't save old girl's niece, it was over for
We're
him.
talking about two different moments.
No, I'm talking about the. You said if he had another day, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, everything that transpired in this day. If I bro, I was gonna die. I'm not. Nah.
But if
So you think he
Alonzo-
quit? You think he walked away and quit that day?
or did he become Alonzo?
I don't think he becomes Alonzo.
Nah, that nigga became Alonzo.
I don't think so.
He became Alonzo. You go back to
Let us know
the
what
jungle,
y'all think, but I don't think
You
so.
go back to the jungle where they respect him. He's the new Alonzo, bro. It might not be on some dirtbag shit, but at the same time, you ain't finna just go to the jungle and start busting them down. You gonna let a little shit slide.
Or it's like the
and then that's
rooftop
gonna
and
turn.
juice. When he was like, you got the
definitely
juice now. He was
changed.
like,
He's
nah.
changed.
He's definitely changed.
Yeah, but
Bruh.
I'm not.
He walked into the jungle and took the money and walked out of that bitch untouched because they was sick of Alonzo shit. So now they protect him and respect him. But when it's time to go make a bust down there, you think he finna go Johnny Law into the jungle and take one of them niggas out of there? No. He'll be like, man, y'all gotta pipe this shit down, man. Y'all making it hot over here. Y'all finna fuck shit up everybody. And little by little, he would have been the next Alonzo, bro. It's just the environment, bro.
I think so.
It's just the environment.
I don't know.
I think he would have been turned eventually. And he may not have taken the same path Alonzo took, but I think there would have come a moment where
I'm gonna tell you what path I'd have took. I'd have got on the free with that money and got the fuck up out of there. You wouldn't have to worry about me being no dirty cop.
man.
I wouldn't have came back
I'm a
So you
ghost.
would have took their money?
and been out of there.
They gonna find you.
Who? They don't even know me yet.
Oh, they know you.
Well, hide and seek, nigga.
I'm walking out of there and I'm going to the unemployment line because I ain't taking them people's money. I don't
You
want
left
them
it right
looking
there
for
in the
me.
jungle?
Look, I wasn't here. I don't know shit. I'm unemployed. I'm
You
looking for
definitely
work.
are because you fired as a
I'm
cop.
looking for work.
As
Yeah,
a
got to fire me,
narcotics
I quit.
officer,
Yeah.
you're fired.
I'm gonna go deliver the mail or some shit. I'm not doing any of this
See,
shit.
that's why I can't get into one of them jobs. I'm going dirty ASAP, bro.
Oh, it's
Fuck are
too
we
easy,
talking
bro.
about? The
No.
fuck?
It's too easy.
I can't do it.
But Ethan Hawke, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He had it in him.
Well,
He was the jungle. He was the king.
so in the 2000s, we get that historic win. We start seeing more black actors take Best Actor. We get more. We get a few more Best Supporting Black Actresses. You get Jamie Foxx in Ray. That was a historic year because Jamie Foxx became the first black artist to get nominated twice in one year. He did lead actor with Ray and then supporting actor with Collateral. He was also up against other black actors in both those categories. He lost supporting actor to Morgan Freeman for $1 Million Baby. That was his kind of career win because he had lost like 4 or 5 times up until that point. And then he beat Don Cheadle, who had Hotel Rwanda, for Best Actor in Ray. Then you get Forrest Whitaker and Will Smith nominated. Forrest Whitaker won for The Last King of Scotland. Will Smith was up for The Pursuit of Happiness. And Will was also nominated with Denzel and Halle. that year for Ali. So that was like I think that was the second time we had 3 leads nominated. And then in supporting, you got Queen Latifah gets nominated for Chicago. You have Jennifer Hudson wins for Dreamgirls. Monique wins for Precious. Gabourey Sidibe is nominated for Precious. Where do y'all did y'all see Precious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all what?
Yeah. Saw
I,
Precious.
Did
might-
somebody-
I may have seen that in the theater.
I don't recall where I saw it, but I saw it.
I just knew you niggas did not see Precious. I was just like, y'all were like, we're
Yeah,
not
I
going to
seen
see
it.
that.
I
Did
seen
someone force
Nah.
where y'all
Nah.
Nah.
I don't
Y'all-
remember what the fuck was going on around
your
there,
lady
but
made you watch it? Or y'all
I don't know.
I don't remember what year it came out, but I know.
I don't remember.
that would have been like 2009? Something like that.
Nah. I mean, I just
Thoughts?
seen it. Monique acted her ass
Yeah,
off.
the
The job of
acting,
acting.
The job
bro.
of acting.
The
That's
job
gonna
of
be the quote of
acting.
the day.
Oh,
The
my
job
goodness.
of
And
acting.
she handled her business.
The
Yes.
job of acting was fire.
Now the story, fucked up.
Fucked.
The story
Fucked
is
up.
fucked up,
So nasty.
man.
Terrible. Horrible.
But Monique, she blacked out.
How did y'all feel about Gabourey?
She did her
She
job.
did her thing.
For sure.
Okay. I feel like I know. Well, obviously, Monique gets a lot of the press because her character was more big and boisterous. But
Mhm.
and Gabby, that was her first film. But I was like,
For her first film, like she
was one of the ones where I'm like, oh, she is Precious. And then I saw her on an interview, and I was like, she is not Precious.
And she
Okay.
stood in the pocket though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, there was no letdown. It's no like great performance and then underwhelming over here.
Yeah,
It came together and it worked.
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, Monique won supporting actress.
Monique went ham, bro.
She went
Gabourey
crazy.
Sidibe lost Best Actress to Sandra Bullock for The Blind Side. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seen the blind side.
That's one of those ones where I'm just like, we didn't need that.
It was the white
And
savior.
then to find out that the story was inaccurate.
yeah.
And
Yeah, the
it's-
guy, the Michael Orr
Yeah.
football player, he said that's not how that shit
I
went.
know.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things where I was just like, she not doing anything. She got a southern accent, and they put a blonde wig on her. Ooh.
'Cause
What are we
what
talking
was
about?
The one joint, was it Brockovich?
Oh, Aaron
Aaron
Brockovich
Brockovich?
with Julia Roberts.
That movie, if she would have acted like that,
Then you can understand.
then you can understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know
needed.
why I always go to that movie when I feel like when there's a movie where somebody is like, and granted that was a real story,
Yeah,
but you don't know that person. She wasn't like,
Yeah, it
out
wasn't
there.
but when
big.
there's people out there, when there's a normal character, I always go to that performance. Like, that's what it should have been because that's not her typically.
mm-hmm.
That just felt like her typically with a wig.
With a
on.
wig and a southern accent. I
You
was
know
like,
what I'm saying?
oh, okay. So yeah, I felt like, and I know
She got
Gabourey was it was her first film. It's very hard to win your first film, and they were not gonna give it to a big black woman. That wasn't gonna be their next
No.
Best Actress winner after Halle Berry. So, but no, Monique. That's
She
one. The
deserved
character
every
is
bit of that.
despicable, but when you watching her career up until that point,
Mhm.
would never guess she
job
had that
of
in her.
act-
Right, you see.
To go
you
from
see,
Nikki
yeah,
Parker-
I was about to say the same thing.
To that, the job of acting. You gotta
And-
give her the trophy.
Oh yeah, the her last scene in the social where she's talking with Mariah Carey, and she like I think she say like who else was supposed to that whole little monologue, flawless victory. Then we get into the 2010s, and that's the Oscar So White and institutional pressure. That was triggered in 2015 and 2016, where we had 2 consecutive years of all white acting nominees. Now, Chris Rock hosted around this time, or he might have hosted that second year, and he made a good point. He made a good joke. This wasn't the first time that we had consecutive all white nominees. We're like why is this a thing now? And it was seemingly triggered by the Smiths because Will wasn't nominated for Concussion. He didn't get a Best Actor nomination for Concussion.
And you know why that was. The NFL said absolutely the fuck not.
I don't remember much of that movie.
I've not seen it.
You've not seen it?
I've not seen it.
Was he
a pretty good movie? Yeah.
Is that one of? Would you put that like high up on one of
He's
his
like an
performances?
African doctor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Performance-wise, because he played an African doctor, I mean, I think he did a very good job. It's just not one of my favorite movies of his that I would. So it's hard for me to say, oh yeah, it was this, that, or the third.
Yeah.
Like, no, it was a really good movie. It was a good performance. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I'll sit down and watch it again.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Okay. That one got a lot of attention, and I don't remember really caring that he got snubbed. My big thing was I cannot think of his name. Dude that played Eazy-E from The Chi.
Yep. Jason Mitchell.
Jason
there you
Mitchell and Idris Elba for Beast of No Nation. Those were the two.
And Beast of No Nation was good.
Those like he should have won.
Yeah,
He
you told
should've
me about that one. Yeah,
He should have won the Oscar. He should have won Best Supporting Actor that year. I don't know how. We keep saying we don't know how.
We don't know how.
And I get Straight Outta Compton isn't necessarily an Oscar play, but it was such a huge movie that it took off. I was not expecting that to be as big as it was.
the Oscar play should be based on the job of acting.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Whether we're colonizing Africa or we're niggas with attitude.
Straight
It's
up.
the job of acting, and so I kind of got my hopes up because I'm like, oh shit, the movie really popped off. It was well made, and I don't know how we haven't talked about this performance, so I don't know what y'all thoughts are, but I thought he was amazing. I was in tears by the end. Knew the nigga was gonna die. I knew it was coming, but like when he broke down, I was like, oh shit, this dude, he's gonna be a star. And then
I just seen a
And
post
then
today
some
where they
shit.
was like, nobody else should ever play Eazy-E. Nobody else.
he did that.
So
He
he's a
did
really
that
good
thing.
actor, man.
So
Like,
and then
Yeah.
they fucked around. They fucked around and nominated the all white writers. That was the one nomination Straight Outta Compton got, was for screenplay. F. Gary Gray didn't get director, no picture, none of the actors. Shit, they didn't even give Paul Giamatti a nomination. He went from whipping Lupita in 12 years to crying. What Chris Rock said, to crying over Eazy-E's body at his funeral. That's range. That's range. But so that's where I felt like more of the attention should have been. I don't remember watching Concussion being like, Will should get the nomination, but he's the bigger star. He had the bigger platform, especially with his wife.
And there was just a lot of talk around it.
It was a lot of
It
talk.
was so
And
much
he
talk
was
because
clearly going for
Yeah.
the Oscar.
But that's what shined the light so heavy on the NFL actually, and that's why I'm like, I know they weren't gonna let him win because
That would've
it
been
brought
too
so
much
much
attention.
attention already just from them making the film. I know I'm pretty sure they tried to stop the film from being made
I wouldn't be surprised.
because they weren't doing anything about concussions. They weren't.
It wasn't
doing
until
any preventative
Troy
measures.
Aikman, the white quarterback. It was like a lot of black linemen were getting concussions back in the day, and they put them niggas right back in the
Right
game.
back in the game.
You know what I'm saying? Brain just deteriorating. And it wasn't until a white quarterback, started getting concussions that they was like, okay, we need to do something. But Tagliabue, the commissioner, he knew about that shit, but it wasn't his
all knew. They
concern
didn't care.
until it was like, now you have the Cowboys were supposed to be America's team, and now they quarterback getting his fucking head knocked. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's an issue. But they still swept it under the rug.
they
And this
still
one
swept it under
doctor
the
went
rug.
against this whole
regime
yeah.
and got to the nitty gritty of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because that is like, you know, Will Smith, I feel like Will Smith movies are so readily available. He's one of the biggest movie stars ever. All of his movies, you pop on any streaming service, you're gonna
You'll
find
find a Will Smith.
several Will Smith movies. That's the one that
You
very
don't
rarely
see.
pops up.
Yep. I've been watching Enemy of the State again.
Ooh, that's so
Oh, you
I
know
love
what's
that
up there
one.
though? Emancipation.
I haven't
I've
seen
never
that.
seen
I've not
that.
watched it.
Y'all guy Antoine Fuqua did that one.
It's crazy because like knowing the backstory of who the guy is, I learned when I went down to New Orleans, but I just can't bring myself to watch it.
I'm not watching that shit.
I wasn't. I didn't check that one out.
Not for me.
Then so with that backlash, that loud backlash, what we see is possibly a shift. I don't know. We're still kind of living in that aftermath. Maybe it's a shift. Maybe it's temporary. We're still kind of living in that. But yeah, that industry-wide boycott, and then the Academy begins its efforts to diversify its membership. So we see them typically how it was before was you had to be nominated at least one time to get an invite to be in the Academy. And the Academy members are the ones that vote for the Oscars and vote for the nominees. So it was like this constant cycle of just, you know, white artists getting nominated, getting put into the Academy. They nominate more white artists or nominate each other. So then they started to open that up and they started inviting, you know, artists of color that that should have received a nomination up until that point, but didn't. And then they started opening up to international artists as well. And the result is you get a Moonlight that wins Best Picture. It beats this musical about these two pretty white people and their love for jazz. The premise is just funny. That movie was so overhyped. I'm talking about La La Land. If you loved it, great. I like it for you, but it's so overhyped. But that seemingly is the result. And then what follows is Parasite. You get these films that typically would not get nominated.
Parasite was sweeping.
Parasite was cold.
I've not watched it.
Parasite was cold.
That shit subtitles, right?
But the camera work and the story is check it out sometime.
All right.
But you get that. So Moonlight becomes the second Black film to win Best Picture after 12 Years a Slave, which is, you know, the more typical type of film you would expect the Academy to recognize regarding Black culture. And so, like I said, we're still kind of in that aftermath. We did get Jordan Peele. He won Best Original Screenplay for Get Out, becoming the first Black writer to win for Original Screenplay. We also see Black Panther become the first superhero movie nominated for Best Picture, which is crazy because the Academy changed their rules after The Dark Knight was snubbed for picture and Christopher Nolan was snubbed for director. That's when we went from having 5 nominees to 10 because they were like, oh, we clearly fucked up because the Dark Knight should have been nominated for Best Picture. So we're gonna open it up to 10 now. So yeah, we do see some changes coming along. So then that brings me to the future of Black Oscars. You know, I think we've touched on this multiple times. More Black producers, production companies, more Black content, and more Black Academy voters. So marked out some names to watch, which these names have popped up on the pod several times. Some of them are in our starting 5.
Mm-hmm.
Ava DuVernay, Jordan Peele, Barry Jenkins, Gina Prince Bythewood, Antoine Fuqua, Nia DaCosta, and Ryan Coogler. Which leads me to our current Academy Award nominations. So Ryan Coogler is the guy this year with Sinners. 16 nominations. Best Picture, Best Director, Lead Actor, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress, all these nominees. So I just kind of wanted to go through, give my predictions. If y'all have predictions, I don't know how many of the films y'all were able to watch. Yeah, go through what I think should be there. If y'all have, feel free to jump in. Best Picture. The nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
Sinners.
Sinners.
I mean, that was obvious. So, have y'all seen any of the other films?
Saw F1. I started One Battle After Another, and I don't believe I saw anything else.
Now seen One Battle After Another.
So I'm all the way through. The only one I haven't seen is The Secret Agent. My second would be Marty Supreme.
I don't want to watch that, and I don't know why. It was
that
good.
was good.
Fuck
I liked it. It was
right past it.
So yeah, I'm like, man, I don't want
I liked
shit. Don't
it.
even
It
sound
was
John Blaze.
It was like
like a pizza store.
You thinking of Marty's? It reminded me of like the style and like how Uncut Gems clips along. But if it was like made in the 70s. I don't know why it feels like a Al Pacino film meets Uncut Gems. That's the kind of vibe I get.
Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al Pacino could have been in
described
Uncut
it
Gems.
in
So
a
like,
way that I would check it out.
And
I loved Uncut Gems.
And I don't
Yeah.
love ping pong, but
This a ping pong movie?
he's a
I'm
professional.
not
ping
watching
pong movie.
that shit.
No, it's not about him playing ping pong.
Fuck out of
It's
here.
about
ping pong ruined this shit for him. He ain't watching it.
it's about
As soon as he pull out that little ragged nigga.
It's rap.
but they cut those scenes, the few ping pong scenes that they have, they cut those shits
You telling me
supremely.
a ping pong nigga supposed to beat vampires?
Movie? No, I said Sinners.
No, that's what I'm saying. But because the
But it's
nominations, I'm saying there's
possible.
possible. You're telling me that this has a chance against Sinners.
No, I don't think it has a chance. I'm just saying.
I'm
would be
saying
my
in
number
general
two.
that it was nominated. I'm not talking about you
Oh.
specifically.
Oh,
I'm saying this is up against Sinners.
Mhm.
That is a move. Wow.
that's the best one. That's the out of all these. Those
That's
are the best one on the
crazy.
list because I watched the rest of them and I was
F1.
like, F1 is good.
F1
is good. So yeah, Marty Supreme.
I'm gonna
would
watch
be,
that shit.
would
If
be
it's
my
not
second.
good, bro, you gonna get a detailed dissertation, my nigga.
It wouldn't be the first.
How long is
Yeah.
that movie?
2.5 hours.
question. God damn it, I knew it. Yeah, I'm not watching
Trying
that.
to watch that on a weeknight.
I'm back on the record. I'm not watching
difficult,
that shit.
dog. 2.5 hours of a nigga playing ping pong.
I'm gonna ask Chad how it was.
He
Could he beat Forrest Gump?
Nope.
yeah, he could have.
Probably.
He could have. He could
Gump.
have. He could have. It was good. It was good. Directing, we got Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Going Ryan Coogler.
Coogler.
So I'm giving my preference, but what I'm predicting is going to win picture. I'm still predicting Sinners. That's not in the lead right now. It's One Battle After Another, but I still think Sinners is going to squeak it out. I think Paul Thomas Anderson is going to win director for One Battle After Another. My pick would be Ryan Coogler, though.
movie was alright. It was alright. It ain't.
It's gonna be the scene, the hill scene. That's the one that they always talk about.
The hill scene was nice.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel like that movie was like super non-worthy.
Yeah. That's the one they pushing. They love it. It's if you listen to like what people are saying online, that movie changed the game. I guess
It didn't.
It really
At
did.
the fuck all.
It really did. I will say I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I thought it was very entertaining when I first saw it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. I didn't.
I wasn't like wowed, like, yo, this is elite cinema.
Yeah, I don't think 20 years from now, when you are looking back at movies that came out this past year, you're gonna be talking about Sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the movie that lives on. Best Actor in a Leading Role. The nominees are Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. I have not seen Ethan Hawke or Wagner Moura, but out of the three, I'm predicting Timothée Chalamet.
You're predicting Timothy.
He would get my vote too.
He would get your vote
Yeah.
too? Michael played twins.
Michael played twins, but I think Timothy's movie is his performance. Like the whole movie is his performance. So I think he has more work to do in his movie because he has to carry the whole movie. Michael B has an ensemble.
To do?
Yeah, he has a whole ensemble around him.
Even with the ensemble, he played two
I know.
interacting
Distinctively
twins.
different people.
I know. Amazing. He would be my runner-up.
Well, it's an easy runoff for me. Michael B.
I mean, I'm gonna choose him too. Because even Leo in One Battle After Another, it was just like, meh.
Yeah. I felt the same. I was
Meh.
just like, okay. We know Leo can act. This ain't nothing new.
But it wasn't anything special.
Mm-mm.
But I mean,
He
looking
smoked
at like
weed.
Yeah,
like
he
we
became a
just-
stoner.
We
He was
just
a
kept
stoner.
saying their career up until now. If you go back and look at Mike, and this is Timothy's first. Is this his first joint?
This is his third nomination.
Third. So if you look at Michael's career up until now, all the roles he's played, and then you look at what he did in Sinners, that wasn't just like a
It was, but I really like Marty
Good
Supreme,
job
and
of
that's
acting.
where I would veer off from Sinners. That's the one time I would veer off from Sinners, and I'm like, yep, I'll go with Timothy on this one.
man when Stack got killed, when they was fighting, when he was the vampire Stack. Come on,
Great.
man.
He was great.
Yeah,
He was
that
great.
Boy,
amazing.
goddamn.
Best Actress in a Leading Role. The nominees are Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Song Blue, Renata Reinsve for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Jessie Buckley has been winning everything. I think she'll continue to win. I watched all these.
I keep scrolling past If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, because to me, that's a dumbass title.
I
Bro,
laugh when I see that title.
That movie, the whole time I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going I think I get what they was trying to do. They was trying to like make the watcher, the audience frustrated because she's so frustrated with like her life and she has this
So she
little
really ain't had no
girl.
legs.
It hurt.
Okay,
Whatever, nigga.
I'm asking shit.
No, she dealing with like a sick daughter, but the daughter's very like nagging and she's just at her ends, ropes end. Is that it? Rope end?
Yeah, we know
Whatever.
what you're saying.
Yeah, right.
But it was weird because you never fucking see the daughter until the end. So I was just like, what the
So they made a Rosemary's Baby, but you actually see the baby.
Like, and you just, mommy, mom, and I'm like, oh my god, the movie was pissing me off. I was mad with her. I was mad with her the whole time. ASAP Rocky pop in, he tried to be a light to her. Her performance was good, but the movie, I'm just like, what?
So we're not judging the movie though. You're judging the performance.
I know, and that's why I'm separating it. I'm separating, but I'm just letting you know how frustrating the
Gotcha.
movie is.
I was frustrated with the title.
And the movie is just as frustrating, if not more. Hamnet, it was Shakespeare. The story of Shakespeare and how the death of his son inspired him to write Hamlet. Okay. All right. Sure. I
Okay.
guess sure.
Right.
Why not?
Okay.
She cries a lot, obviously being the mother of the son that she lost. It just felt it felt a little old fashioned, felt a little manipulative because you're supposed to feel for them, you know. But I didn't. I was just like, oh, okay. It is what it is. Kate Hudson, watch that one. I don't know why she here. I mean, she did her thing, but I don't know why she here. The Sentimental Value chick, she was pretty good. Emma Stone was pretty good, but I think Tessa Thompson should be here for Hedda. Didn't love the movie, but her work in it was flawless. So I would pick one. Pick one, I'll knock them out. You know what? I guess knock Kate Hudson out, put Tessa Thompson in there, and then
give it
Tessa
to Tessa
for the win.
It's hard for me to enjoy performances in movies I don't enjoy thoroughly or overall. You know what I'm saying? So if the movie's not good,
you
the
just be
performance is lost
disconnected.
on me. Yeah. So what you just said about Tessa in that film is just like it's hard for me to be like, man, but she was phenomenal, but the movie was It all becomes
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. She was good though. Supporting actor, we got Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I'm predicting Stellan Skarsgård, but I would vote for Delroy Lindo.
Delroy would get my vote.
Definitely Delroy.
I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Sean Penn though. But
yeah, he did just win the BAFTA, so he's in the running.
But Delroy,
he did a good job. He acted his ass off. The character is just weird.
Yeah, he's a weird ass nigga.
The character's because his walk, as soon as he walked on the screen, I was like, oh, he acting.
That ain't your walk. Yeah,
that is not your walk. So he performing for real.
Yeah.
I would.
Benicio was nice in there too, though. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing special, but I liked his character, but it wasn't. I don't see why he's
nominated.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing special. I would put Miles in here.
Mm-hmm. You can swap them.
Yep. I would. I'm easily taking out Stellan Skarsgård. Not because his performance wasn't good. He was lead. He was in the whole fucking movie. What are you talking about supporting? You're the whatever. And I'm taking Benicio out. I'm putting Miles in. And there was this dude. I forget his name. Black British dude. He did a movie called The Long Walk. It's based on a Stephen King novel where these men can, it's almost like they're signing up for the army, but they sign up to take the long walk, and whoever survives the long walk wins like $100 million. So it's all these like poor kids trying to make a way for their family, and the movie is literally just them walking and kind of talking about their life, but he was really good. So I will put them in there. Still giving it to Delroy, though. Best actress in a supporting role. The nominees are Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Its daughter Lilius for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wumi Masaku for Sinners, and Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another. Have y'all seen Weapons?
Not yet.
I thought you just watched it.
Nah, I was gonna watch it here, but I ain't get a chance to.
I fucked with it.
I'm
I thought it was a pretty clever horror
Watching
film.
the trailer, it looked pretty good.
Yeah. And she come in at the end, Amy Madigan, Aunt Gladys. She's a character.
Aunt Gladys.
She's a character.
Birdman.
I wasn't predicting Wumi, but after today, after the BAFTAs,
You predicting woman.
After I heard her speak in the interview, I said, "Oh, she wins.
Yeah.
When
She
I heard that, I said,
wins.
"What
she
the
gets
fuck?"
my vote, but I'm like, they might actually give it to her.
I'm gonna tell you this: if Tiana Taylor wins, I'm gonna be fucking livid. She
That's
wasn't even
who-
in the fucking movie.
That's who I was predicting was Tiana Taylor.
If she
There's been
wins,
so much
I'm
talk
gonna
about
be
her.
hot. She ain't do shit. She ain't do a motherfucking thing in this movie.
I like Tiana.
I do too.
Yeah.
What was the one movie? I think it was like
1001?
nigga. She could have won for that.
Yes.
But
Well, that's why I said this almost feel like a kind of makeup plus
you don't make
they,
up with
they
this shit.
love this movie.
But don't make up and then snub somebody who's really deserving of a powerful film. Because
Yeah.
like all these movies we talking about, and like you just said, which of them are gonna stand the test of time?
Yeah.
Sinners is.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what else is up there. Sinners is gonna stand the test of time.
Yeah.
So don't snub somebody on that and then come back 20 years later with a fucking honorary award. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Get it right now.
The first time. Yeah.
Like to me, she was trash in this.
Damn.
I don't think she was bad. I just don't like the character.
But that's what it is. I like
Well, what was the job of acting done or not?
It was done.
it's but to get nominated, she wasn't even
Yeah.
in the movie that long.
I don't think it's a performance that we would be talking about years to come.
I don't think it was deserved a nomination.
I'm not mad at her nomination.
I am.
I probably still wouldn't nominate her. I ain't mad that they did.
Mhm.
Whatever.
I am.
I would
Damn.
replace her with Chase Infinity,
Because
her daughter, the chick that plays her daughter.
exactly. I feel like she only got nominated for one reason and one reason only. Now, to put the
The
daughter,
Sean Pansy.
bruh, yes. That's the only reason. It takes us back
Bro, I
to what was
in the
that,
theater like,
2002?
what the fuck is
It takes us back to 2002.
What is she doing?
But the daughter definitely should have got nominated.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would have put the daughter in here. I could have taken out Elle Fanning. I'm putting Glenn Close for Wake Up Dead Men, the murder mystery. Did y'all get into the Knives Out murder mysteries?
I've
Was it
watched a few
Benoit?
of those.
I started, but no,
No?
I'm nowhere near.
She's in the third one, and she does her thing. She does the job
The
of
job
acting.
of acting.
The job of acting.
And I would give it to Wumi, and Glenn Close would be my runner up. That's how I'm gonna do that.
Wumi
one.
for
So,
sure.
but yeah, no, the BAFTAs switched everything up with that Wumi win. I'm like, oh shit, I want her to win. I really want her to win. Yeah, Wumi, give it to Wumi. All right, gentlemen. Well, the Oscars don't create legacy. It's just something fun to debate. The question isn't whether Black art deserves Oscars. The question is whether the Oscars deserve Black art. Drop a comment and let us know your thoughts and predictions for this year's Oscars. Thanks for joining the Lock Picture Podcast. Until next time, remember, movies are when dreams and magic meet reality. Peace.